As Nintendo continues to be oblivious about how to make a good online service, what if I was hired by Nintendo to fix their online as best as I can? Well, that's what this video is for. Before we start, I want to get a few ground rules set. First, as much as people want GameCube games to come out right now, not happening here. Second, I will not remove things Nintendo already has for the online, but I will tweak a few things, but I will be removing at least one thing that pretty much infuriates me as to how this is a thing. And third, just remember this is a way that they can fix it, not a definitive way to. But with all that said and done, let's begin. The online chat on Switch is something that nobody wanted and would rather have had it built into the system itself, so that's what we'll do. You press and hold the home button in a game that supports online play, you'll be able to touch a little interface that says online chat and chat with anybody you want. Now, of course, we would need to update the parental restrictions in the app so that the kids, would not talk to strangers but just friends. But we wouldn't get rid of the app. What we would do is keep it, but add features where you could talk to friends through the app, even if your Nintendo Switch isn't on. So for example, if you're feeling lazy and you don't want to get in a game of Splatoon 2, you could use the app and talk to whoever before, during, and of course after the match. And while they're playing a single player game such as Breath of the Wild, the way this would work is you would enter the app and tap on the Talk to Friends icon, select up to 8 people to talk to, and a request will be sent to them. Once received, it will either allow or reject you from talking to them. This will also apply to the Nintendo Switch on the home button screen just in case you wanted to play a match or race in whatever game with them. As we know, there are 2 special offers Nintendo Switch Online users get as of February 2019. Those being Tetris 99 and 2 wireless NES controllers for about $60. If I were Nintendo, once the second year of the Switch's launch hits, there should be a sale for all Nintendo games to be $40 off to all Nintendo Switch owners. But for Nintendo Switch Online users, it would be 60% off. And after the sale is over, leave Nintendo Switch Online users to have some or most games be discounted from as low as 10% to as high as 80% on indie, AAA, or some random games that have been out for more than 2 months, sort of like PSN. We could also allow a feature where you could get a AAA game or an indie game a week early as long as the developers have finished the game a week or more prior to launch date. But you must pay an extra amount of money. For example, an extra $20 for $60 games, an extra $15 for $50 games, an extra $10 for $40 games, an extra $7 for $30 games, and even extra $5 for $20 games. And anything under $20 would cost between an extra $1 to $4. I would also like to bring back a Club Nintendo vibe with being able to use gold coins from purchases to buy physical objects from Nintendo, such as stickers, notebooks, hoodies, jackets, you name it, and of course have them mailed to you within 1 to 2 weeks. But if you want them quicker, you can give even more coins to shorten the shipping time from 1 week to even the next day. Nintendo has locked the ability to cloud save by needing a Nintendo Switch Online subscription. In order to fix it, we would give anyone the ability to cloud save. However, you can only cloud save 5 games if you're not a Nintendo Switch Online user. But as you know, Nintendo Switch Online can cloud save any game except for Splatoon 2 and other games for unknown reasons. What I would do is get rid of that and just let any online multiplayer game use cloud saves. However, it can only be transferred to a new Nintendo Switch console once. But if transferred again, you will need to call or text Nintendo services to verify if you can cloud save games such as Splatoon 2. After a week, they would either send you an email or text to tell you whether you can transfer the games to another Nintendo Switch console that is yours. To verify secure, they would record the voice of the user through the phone to make sure it is the same person the next time they call, and would ask for the serial number of the console that wants to be transferred. With that, they could see if it's a new or used Nintendo Switch with other users on the console and make sure it's you and not someone who is trying to access your saves. As many have said in the comments on Nintendo Entertainment System Nintendo Switch Online, I know, pretty lengthy, they want other games from other Nintendo systems and not just from the NES. So if I was in charge, I would put focus on home consoles first, and would consider Nintendo handhelds at a later time. or maybe not at all. To start, we would announce SNES games would be coming to Nintendo Switch Online at the end of March, and release 22 SNES games in the middle of April. And that name would be changed from Nintendo Entertainment System Nintendo Switch Online to simply Home Consoles Nintendo Switch Online. We would add more games from the NES and SNES for the next 2 months, and then at E3 2019, we would announce Nintendo 64 games would be coming to Nintendo Switch Online during the E3 2019 Nintendo Direct. It would start with 18 games and would be launched in the middle of October 2019. Then in 2020, we would announce on a January or March Direct that GameCube games would be coming to Nintendo Switch Online with 14 games to start and would launch in the middle of June 2020. Wii and Wii U games will be in consideration but is not finalized, unless Home Consoles Nintendo Switch Online is proven to be a massive success. You also might have forgotten that Nintendo added online features to old games, so about those, well, we would delay online features for about 1 to 2 months to get it ready. And as every new console is being added, we would add a row on the top of the one player icon for SNES, NES, N64, etc. We would also have some N64 games or GameCube games be upscaled from 240, 360, 480 to 1080p. We could add the ability to buy those games if you wish by pressing and holding A on any game and clicking on the buy icon so that if you leave Nintendo Switch Online, you could keep those games. However, you would need Nintendo Switch Online to access and purchase those games, even after you don't use it anymore. But with all that said and done, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe for more content similar to this kind of video. Comment down below as well what you thought about the whole video, if you thought I was right or I was wrong, and even bring up a little bit of an argument with me if you like. Before you go though, go check out my Twitter. I'm going to leave it down in the link below where you'll be notified of when I'm going to be having new videos coming out, because since YouTube's kind of not loving me at this moment, Twitter is going to be the best way to notify you when I'll be making videos. And yeah, just want to leave off on a good note, and I'll see you all next time, hopefully not on another hiatus.